get into it. Fall of the House of Usher, the brand new Mike Flanagan, details the story of Roderick and Madeline Usher, who, down on their luck, trying to climb the ladder, come into this money, and we kind of we see the rise and the fall simultaneously of the Ushers.
You see the meteoric rise.
Thing. Fuck yeah! Fuck, if they had that Hollywood O come back, the trailer guy.
Just had the trailer guy back.
Same. I like that guy sometimes.
Same.
In a world.
Yeah.
Going into this, fuck, I was excited.
Same.
'Cause I like Mike Flanagan. The pedigree that O has brought, even Midnight Club, which I find is the weakest of all of his works, it was still in line, I thought, and brought something different, which is the anthological sort of horror. This is very
like
long
Midnight
form.
Club.
You liked it?
Hmm.
I liked it too.
That's Salem's Lot feel.
I like Midnight Club as well,
Hmm.
but like it was lighter than everything else. Whereas Midnight Mass, that sort of storytelling was
Oh, wait.
fucking
It's Midnight
phenomenal.
Mass. That's the Salem's Lot one.
Yeah.
That's the fire one.
That feels like he stole that from Stephen King.
Oh, he did.
in a good way. In a good way, I mean. You know what I mean? Like his homage. So I was really excited going in. There was some bullshit before with Frank Langella and all of that going in, and then him getting replaced by Bruce Greenwood. So I'm there, I'm watching it, I'm like, I'm really in for Greenwood, you know what I mean? Like, I really want to find something in his performance that I can just fucking tear apart, because I really like Frank Langella. And I'm watching, and fucking Greenwood was the best thing in this fucking show for me. Those my voices, recounting, everything.
I don't think that Langella could do what Greenwood did.
I don't think so either. I think Langella would have been kind of like, you know, a little bit too in his cups past his prime.
Yeah. He's a
Like
bit older as well.
For this role. Yeah.
He's a bit too
I
old.
wouldn't have believed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So overall, I like the story of this show. The story, the storytelling, it moves at a fucking clip as well. Every episode, even though it's close to like 57 an hour per episode, beautifully orchestrated and whatnot.
Yeah.
What sort of took me out of it was Mike Flanagan sort of focuses on this group of people that you would kind of think would fit in like Succession or whatnot. And we've seen Succession play out, and the sort of weirdness of people living at that level, and his idea of the opulence and the flamboyance and whatnot is this weird sort of psychosexual, not even psycho, but just like this really sort of sexually charged family that is either like gay, bi, and if you're straight, you got some serious kinks. So I don't know if that was to sort of drive home that the family's very different. They kind of do whatever they want, and there's a lot of cracks there because, and not in a bad way. I'm not saying this in a sort of they shouldn't have been gay, because I like queer characters, queer stories, and whatnot. But this just didn't feel right. It felt like it was unbalanced in how in sort of the how you're sort of portraying that.
I messaged you guys. I told you the gay and the LGBTQ to straight ratio in the show was just fucking off.
Yeah.
Like, it just felt off. It didn't feel real.
No. It felt pandering to me.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I took away, was that he followed the, I'm gonna pump this full of characters that are gay or queer characters, and there's gonna be a man not man hating, but man fighting. You know what I mean? Like women's equality angle that's gonna go hand in hand in there as well.
Yeah.
which I didn't get, especially for Madeline's character. So
Mm.
Madeline is after power over men. Well, she doesn't want any man to have any power over her, but she uses her brother to get to the top, which I
That's right.
thought was an even deeper cut and very hypocritical of her character. By the end, I wanted them all to die.
Yeah, by the end, I was honestly by the end, I didn't care about story. I didn't care about anything. I just wanted to watch. I wanted to see how they died.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
it. I was like, all right, where's that next kill? Oh, there it is.
I was
Yeah.
the reason why I was excited going into this because of like his adaptation of Edgar Allan Poe's stories. And I
Yeah.
knew that people would die, and I wanted to see how you would adapt that to actually have those kills in there. And there were some really like tasteful and creative ones in there that I thought were really nice.
Yeah.
And the way the fucking scares hit you sometimes in the show fucking threw me off.
I didn't find this one scary. I thought the concepts were scary. Like, can you imagine you being haunted by your family and seeing them as they were when they died? Crazy. That's fucking wild. But it's always turn around, they're there.
Yeah.
Or him, like, jumping off the couch. It's just wild.
That was hilarious. That one.
When
I
the
was watching-
explosion went off.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
watching quite loud in the lounge. Like that one got me.
Yeah. I thought it was a cool idea to have a dysfunctional family brought from the idea to like make children out of necessity, and it didn't matter who you made children with, and to open your doors to those children and for them not to like sort of mesh with all of their siblings as well. So you have this dysfunctional wealthy family.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that sort of got me, right? Is the fact that like if you look at Succession, yeah, they were mean and they were dicks and everything, but there was still love there. Even though what's his face, Ferris Bueller's friend has a different mother to all of them.
Yeah, Alan Rock.
Yeah, Alan Ruck has a different mother to all of them. He's still a brother.
Yeah.
Whereas in here, it was completely different. They treated them like fucking butlers and
Yeah, like competition.
very beneath everyone.
Yeah.
Even the way that they treated Roderick's wife,
Yeah. Juno.
that was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. But they could also see the angle of Roderick.
Yeah.
Pause.
Yeah. And all of these kids weren't with Roderick from birth as well. So Prospero only came when he was 16. Pause. Rahul Kohli's character. La España, whatever her name is, Camille, was 22, things like that. So they've had a taste of another life before they came under the Usher banner as well. So they would have had different ideologies walking into there too.
Yeah.
But still, if I were to find out that I had another brother, like, it'd be interesting. I'm not going to treat him like shit. You know what I mean? Like, it to me, it just makes no sense that they treated all of them like shit.
Yeah.
Especially Froderick and Tamerlane.
Froderick.
Like, they were the worst, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's because they were the purebloods too. So they must have held themselves in a different regard. And it was funny that Rahul Kohli's character was the only one, Leo was the only one to treat everyone and have that sadness for everyone that died before him. He was the one that loved everyone. But he still had that chip on his shoulder as well. Still called him Froderick.
Yeah. It was a ballsy move as well by Flanagan to tell you that everyone was going to die.
Yeah.
And then still have it fully play out too.
Yeah.
Because then it becomes the how done it.
It's the Carlito's way.
Yeah. Or the casino.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also, fuck, what was I going to say? Damn it. Lost it.
One thing I will say is that I find with a lot of Mike Flanagan shows that the in between for me, like the middle of the show, sometimes I can get a little bit bored, but then I'm like snap back into it. But I think it's just because he is very long form and runs for those 57 minutes to an hour long episodes, and maybe I'm just not used to it as much as I used to be. So sometimes I'll be there, I'm like, oh, what's going on? I'm feeling exhausted, but then like you get reinvigorated.
Can I tell you guys, this is probably only the second series I've watched on Netflix this year. I watched The
For real?
Witcher, right? And then this is the only other, like, and it's weird. It doesn't feel like the Netflix of old. It feels
No, it does not.
different.
Yeah. I also think Flanagan wanted this one to be different. He said this one was more rock and roll and
Yeah.
would sort of like be a bit more poppy than his other cuts. I don't think it worked for him. I think this is his first miss. For me, unfortunately, I liked a lot of the story elements and the performances were on point.
I
But
love Carla Cugino.
yeah, who like legit doesn't age in real life.
True.
Since the start. She's
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
looked into a lot of Easter eggs for this because since I knew it was like Poe territory, I needed to like see what else they had. You know, they had a Ouija board in in the mum's room there before she dies in the start, and it was in reference to when he did Ouija.
Yep.
Yeah, but then also as well as that, the introduction of like each child had a specific color. So, and the color always flashed before they died. So for Prospero it was red, so after like the fucking rain hits and then it flashes like that when the lights go out. Or Tamerlane, it flashes green through the windows. Yeah. Blue for Froderick and all that shit.
Yep.
Froderick.
Yeah.
Froderick, like, I was happy when he went.
Yeah.
Amanda was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was cool to see like the Reaper give you a choice as well. Only one she didn't give a choice was fucking Frederick.
I think my favorite scene in this whole show though is her sitting down with Pym. And just you know, giving him the option, and he's like, nah.
Yeah.
I've never had anyone sort of have my back, so I'd rather do it by myself.
Or
I respect
have leverage over me.
Have leverage over me, yeah. I respect that.
Yeah, man. So did I. Even though he dies in prison, his story was probably the most interesting out of all of them. That I'm circumnavigating the world at 25, and I'm seeing all these crazy fucking things from the top of the world to the bottom. That was nuts that they also had connective tissue that I seen you. That was me that was standing out there on the ice in the North Pole.
Yeah.
In that in that place that was out of time and out of space. Which is
between
crazy.
Time and space, yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I was really hoping they would fucking divulge more on why he wouldn't talk about the North Pole.
Because he more than likely ate someone.
True.
More than, and I mean, they talk about the what's his face, the grape of the Inuit people and all that sort of stuff that they were doing. Like, he wasn't partaking, but he didn't stop it either. So
yeah.
But that was all a Edgar Allan Poe book as well. The narrative of Arthur Gordon Pym of Nantucket. So maybe I got to read the fucking book now to learn about the North Pole.
Yeah. That fucking North Pole is so elusive. Like, you can't just go there. Like, it's wild. No, you can't just go. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, like, you know, plan a trip, go out there for a month. Like, you just can't.
Nah. Only special people with clearance can go to the North Pole.
It's weird, eh? And it's the only untouched place on the planet, which is why They're hiding the fucking aliens there.
Yeah.
The rumor is that the only special people can go there because there is there's a pyramid there buried under the ice, and because that pyramid is buried under the ice, everything is what's his face. It's perfect and preserved in the ice. It's nothing aged.
Also, apparently, where the wall is, the wall that separates the other world from ours.
Right.
Also, the pyramid where the predators were holding alien eggs.
That is true. That is true.
Wayland Yutani.
Yeah, 5 miles under the ice. Nothing can drill like that. We don't have anything near that can drill like that, mate. I've seen the drilling machines. You can do it.
Pretty sure BHP is fucking like,
Oh man,
use that shit right now.
Don't let Gina hear it. Gina, she get it done.
Oh
So
shit!
weird, eh? Seeing all the pictures of the Koch brothers and Gina Reinhardt and all
Yeah.
that stuff, and yeah, you know
What brothers?
the Koch brothers, spelled C. They say it's Coke, but it's Koch.
Ah, yep.
Yeah, you know those billionaires that run the world.
Yeah.
I think they started Build-A-Bear, those Bilderberg
Yeah.
meetings. Yeah, of all the richest people on the planet and how they're gonna sort of run this shit. They started that shit. They run that shit right now.
Fuck.
Yeah. That's why it was so impactful seeing them on screen like that, and especially her as well, Gina Reinhardt. I want to say Reingold.
Yeah, the mining one?
Yeah, the Aussie, the richest Aussie on the planet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For now. Take that shit away from you, Gina.
Jesus.
But yeah, overall, I thought this was a good show, but definitely not in that same light as his previous works. Midnight Mass is still the strongest fucking. I was gonna say McFarlane's his surname. Flanagan's fucking works.
Yeah, I was the same. I love the story, love the execution. Just certain things, man. Very left leaning. I wish they'd stayed in the middle of the road for that sort of stuff. Like, I don't need to learn about your politics and all that sort of stuff. Just tell me a fucking story.
Yeah. There was one character where I thought it was justified, and it was Augie's character. It's the only one. The only one. But everyone else in the show was just gay. And
I'm not talking about the gay and all that sort of stuff. I'm talking about the Roe v. Wade and all this other nonsense. And
it's all in there, though.
Yeah.
All of that is that GSP or whatever.
Yeah, it's the I know what you're talking about. GSP is George Saint Pierre.
I know. That's why I said it. That's the only thing that came to mind. But it's those initials, I'm quite sure.
George.
Yeah. I don't think I'll ever watch this one again. I'm a Hill House man. I love Hill House. I love that sort of storytelling. And
I haven't watched Hill House.
See, all of those are like Midnight Mass because it takes its time and it has a certain cadence and how it unfolds the story and the characters and how the haunting kind of happens and the horror. It's not very horror forward. It's more drama forward.
Oh man!
But when the shit happens, like everything it hits harder because you've built the foundation with these characters. Whereas in this, it was the flip side where it just it rushed you through. And it started at the end, back to the beginning, and it jumped all in between. And I think that's where it sort of lost it with the characters.
I also didn't understand the whole thing with the mother. How the fuck did she come back? Why was she a zombie? And in turn, were they monsters then as well? Or
so I think they did just bury her prematurely.
Right.
Yeah, and in her dying breath, she kills whatever homie's name was, Griswold or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
unless it is part of like maybe she was part of that pact as well. Maybe
how?
Gugino got to her.
Maybe. Actually.
Yeah.
Maybe all she wanted was kids.
Mm.
But when she died, she would kill that whatever his name is.
You'd kill the
Ye-
father of the child.
Yeah. And I think that's very like telling of the end of this season as well, with Madeline killing Old Maid as well, because it was almost the exact same way.
Yeah, but they had to die together though. Remember
Yeah.
that was the deal. Like you guys, one can't just kill themselves. Like you have to. They should have what's his face, Nick Cage in Bangkok Dangerous. That shit.
Is that where he comes out and he shoots himself through the head? Then
Yeah.
the other?
Yeah, he's got his head next to the other.
True. Yeah.
Can't even remember that movie, eh?
It wasn't bad, that movie.
It was better than
Remember.
Wanted.
Tank Nick Cage.
Very, very off-putting Tank Nick Cage, actually.
Yeah. But Dado looks really good in the first Ghost Rider, though. Dado is fucking shredded like a Julian salad.
Yeah, it really is. Alright. Anything else you guys have to say about the old fall of the House of Usher?
Nah.
Yeah. Very interesting to see what he's gonna do over at Amazon. Sorry. Do over at Amazon.
He's got the King adaptation, and then it's straight into the Dark Tower.
Yeah.
These are all like great fucking things. I just hope he delivers. I hope everything that he does from here on out is more his first 4 or 5 projects, and not this. I don't think this was it.
Yeah. But at the same time, Flanagan doesn't seem to miss that much when he does miss.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
And his retention of characters throughout his shows is really good, too. Like,
Yeah.
he's still putting these people on. Also, shout out to
Yeah.
Rahul Kohli with his natural accent.
Yeah. I always forget that he's from there.
Yeah.
And he is a huge gamer in real life as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was cool to kind of see that.
He could be Bond, honestly.
The man
I think
is
Dato's too old as well.
Ah, damn it.
Remember, they're going 35.
Yeah. I checked. Richard Madden is 37 currently. Might just be out the game.
Derek Rose out the game.